Hi, we are back after a while for this new video, and it's a pleasure to have recorded this one for the International Day of Women and Girls in Science 2022. So my name is Mariam.Cosmology, and I'm a researcher at ICARBASC and a lecturer at the University of the Basque Country. Okay, so let me put the slide and we start. Okay, as I said, this set of videos are dedicated to the International Day of Women and Girls in Science of 2022, which has been on Friday, the 11th of February. Okay. And why is this day so important? Well, it is important because the 11th of February was established by the United Nations on the 22nd of December 2015 as a day to promote full equality in access to science for women and girls. Okay, so this is a day to promote, I insist, full and equal access to participation in science for women and girls. And these days recognize the critical role that we women, and I include myself as a scientist and as a woman, and girls that play in science and technology. So the goal of this video is to make tribute to all female scientists along the history till nowadays, okay? Of course, there have been plenty of women that have contributed to science, and in particular to the field of cosmology and astrophysics. And here, I'm sorry, I have time only to speak about three of them, three important ones. So that's why, as I wrote there, we will talk a bit about some of them, though the list is much bigger and longer. So let me start with the first one. Jocelyn Bell Burnell, who is an astrophysicist from Northern Ireland, and she is well known because essentially back during her as a postgraduate student back in 1967, she discovered for the first time radio pulsars, okay? And these contributed to a Nobel Prize in 1974, but she was not one of the recipients, okay? So who were the scientists that won the Nobel Prize? It was, on the one hand, Anthony Hewish, a supervisor, and on the other side, Martin Ryle. Fortunately, 44 years later, in 2018, she was awarded a special breakthrough prize in fundamental physics. And this was a recognition of her important discovery of radio pulsars, okay? And she donated the money of that prize to fund women, underrepresented ethnic minority, and refugee students to become physics researcher, okay? So her contribution was not only on the scientific side, but it was also on helping other women and other minorities to become researcher in physics. Okay, so let me go to the second scientist I would like to speak about, and she's Andrea Mia Ghez. She's an American astrophysicist, and she's also well known. Why? Because she got the Nobel Prize 2 years ago in 2020. And the Nobel Prize was together with Roger Penrose and Reinhard Genzel. Well, Roger Penrose got half of the prize because of his great contribution to the theoretical parts of black hole, while Ghez group and Reinhard group, they contributed to the observational side. So what these two groups did was to contribute to the physics of black holes. So on the one hand, Roger Penrose to the theoretical part, while Ghez and Reinhard to the observational side. So what did they observe? And in particular, what did Ghez did? Well, essentially, she made observation of the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. Okay, we know that at the center, there is Sagittarius A star, and it's a very massive body there. So essentially, if we can observe the rotation of a body around another one, when it completes its elliptical orbit, then we can infer the mass of the body at the center. And that was essentially what they did, okay? So the star S2 is close enough to the center of our galaxy, so they could, in 20-something years, they could observe the complete elliptical orbit, okay? That complete elliptical orbit follow Kepler law that we talked about back in January 2021, okay? Now, because they could describe the whole orbit, okay, they could infer the mass of Sagittarius A stars. And it turns out that it was supermassive. And that's why it was a black hole, okay? And let me finish with another great scientist, Nergis Mavalvala, and she's an astrophysicist at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge. She's from Lahore, Pakistan, and she's also openly lesbian. Her as she said about herself, that she's out queer person of color, and she also said that she doesn't mind being on the fringe of any social group. Her PhD supervisor was Reinhard Weiss, and he was one of the recipients of the Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery of gravitational waves. So he got the prize, the Nobel Prize, back in 2017. So essentially the same way that if we throw a stone in a lake, so we have some kind of waves, okay, on the water. So the same thing happened with gravity, okay? Fluctuation on the gravitational field can produce these gravitational waves, but they are extremely, extremely weak, okay? So it's very difficult to detect them. So essentially the work Nergis carried during her PhD was incorporated to the design of LIGO, which was the system used to detect the gravitational waves. And let me finish with, so of course she was, as I wrote there, she was part of the team that discovered the gravitational waves. So again, an excellent scientist, woman scientist. So let me finish with this sentence of Nergis, in which she states, anybody should be able to succeed, whether you are a woman, a religious minority, or whether you are gay. It just doesn't matter. Okay, so here she is referring to herself. She is a woman, she belongs to a religious minority, and she's also gay, okay? So we finished the video with this powerful and positive message. I'm back after a while, and I'm looking forward to make more videos on the coming week. I hope you enjoyed, and if so, please put a finger up on the video. Thank you.